something that is true.
Yes.
It is, for example, also in our culture that educated men, scholars, we give them a lot of respect. We have an image of them. They know what's true and we accept it.
Yes.
Whatever they say, that word is modestness.
Okay.
So if one sees that there's something is off there, not you just it's showing something is off. What is the proper way, not to challenge arrogantly or to judge, but properly to question that? Meaning, how does one break that? Because there's a cultural thing also now. You cannot question that authority. It must be. I don't know. How
I just said to people, if they don't agree, they have to say also. Now, proper authority must have a way to say, I don't understand, or this thing, according to my understanding, is not correct. They must have a way, because everyone understands differently, and everyone also has their shaitans and their ego who's going to question, who's going to challenge whatever that you already believe in. Maybe one day you believe, but 7 years later, they're going to say, why are you believing it like this? You must be able to open, you must be able to talk. There must be a channel to ask, to have a talk, to have a conversation, correct? But every channel that you're going to talk about things, trying to understand that's coming from opposite side, every channel now, that channel has to have a protocol. It has to have manners. There has to be a proper setting to be able to understand, and the goal of that is to understand. You understand? The goal of that is not to fight and to say you are wrong, you are wrong, you are right, this kind of thing. If that authority does not have that channel, is a tyrant. It's tyrannical. Even when the Sultan is sitting, does he welcome people who are not agreeing with him? Of course, there are petitions happening every time. He has ministers, he has pashas, he has eyes and ears everywhere. In fact, the Sultan that is only hearing yes, 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 everything is fine, everything is that, Sultan will say, no, there must be something wrong, there must be corruption somewhere, and he will go down even in disguise to see what is wrong there. Those who say, no, you cannot speak, they are tyrants. You understand? Like I said, of course, there must be a protocol to it. And there must be what concerns you and what doesn't concern you. You understand? If you have no knowledge of something, first get that knowledge and then ask about that knowledge. If you have no knowledge of something and you are just going to fight about it, it's no use because you have no knowledge of something. Person who has no knowledge of, say, physics or even mathematics, he cannot question astrophysics. People who have no knowledge of medicine, now doctor is explaining like this and this bacteria and this, and they say, how do you know? Nobody does that. Nobody goes to the doctor. Doctor is saying, you see this thing? This is your medicine, take it. No person in the right mind goes to the doctor and says, how do you know? I don't see anything. I see some white thing. It can be chalk. The doctor will just say, get out of my office. I have no time for this. Correct? So you must have knowledge in order to speak. But they train today's people that they say, you don't have to have knowledge to fight, to speak. You understand? But if you have the knowledge and you have the right to ask, and the person is saying, shut up, don't ask, then whatever that organization is, it is not supported by divine authority. Because divine authority is not enforcing anything. Allah doesn't force. Committing murder is haram, right? But does Allah allow the sun to fall to the murderer? The sun. Does it shine onto the murderer? Yes or no? Does the rain fall to the murderer? Allah is not making it conditions. Oh, you're a murderer. No sun is going to fall on you. No rain is going to fall on you, and you're going to, no. And that is someone who is wrong. You understand? Someone who is right or someone who doesn't know the conditions left. So, people who are saying that no, you cannot, that's not in Islam. And it also means that, especially people who are sincere and they're just asking and just shut them down or shame them and do things like that, that means they actually don't have wisdom or enough intelligence to speak. That's also showing how weak they are, because they cannot address that. Okay? And that's showing how tyrant they are. We're saying tyrant so many times, zalim, zalim. The word tyrants has so many words in English, it doesn't mean too much anyway. It has lost its bite. You understand? But you use the word zalim. In the Muslim language, zalim has a different feeling to it. And it is so heavy, the word itself, Allah is saying, I have forbidden zulm to myself, Allah is saying. The All-Powerful is saying, I have forbidden zulm to myself, so I have also forbidden zulm to you. Nobody can be a zalim. But we're living in the age of tyranny, of zulm, jababira. So everyone is exhibiting this zulm. You understand? Especially those who have a little bit of power. They have no time for this. Astaghfirullah. So, shouldn't be. Yes, Islam has fallen into sects. And they are saying mazhab is sect. No, mazhab is not a sect. Mazhab is 4 lanes on one highway. They're saying, oh, tariqat is a sect. No. Tariqat is 40 lanes in one highway. One highway, but there are 40 lanes. So you can go into any lane that you want. A sect is saying, no, we are a different road. You're a different road, we're a different road. That is a sect. You say, we'll never accept you and you never accept us. That is a sect. And Muslims now, they've fallen into sects. And the sect is nationalism. This is only for us. Only for us. You cannot go anywhere else. It's only for, say, black people. It's only for white people. It's only for Turks. It is only for Chinese. It is only for Bosnians. If you're Bosnian, you have to be in this way. This. If you're outside of that, no, it's not going to be accepted. Bre, are you a prophet? Islam, you own Islam. People have gone crazy now. And it's all defined by nationalism. But look to see who is saying this and say how they say this. When did they say it? Who gave them the power to say this? How did they come? That's the time you're going to discover so many other things, and you're going to say, definitely, their lineage is not coming from the prophets. Their lineage is not coming from Haqq. It's coming from Batil. All right? Inshallah. Bismillah. Tamam. Any other question? Anything you want to say? Yes.